Yo, what is up, y'all? Dubsmine here, and today we are doing the game preview for Doors vs. the Magic at 7 p.m. Pacific time local. And yes, we finally won a match. Feels good to win, honestly. Especially with the kind of the way we won, like kind of gritty game. Obviously, wish it wasn't that close, but it was also technically like a comeback. So, at least it's not a situation where you end up winning a close game because you choked the lead. It was more so you came back from one. So, obviously, end results, all that really matters, in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah. Right now, the game, matchup predictor has us winning, against Orlando, and I have a feeling this is the reason why here. So if you look here, yeah, that's a lot of injuries for them. And so let's just look here. So Tristan Silva is day-to-day questionable if he's going to play, so we'll not know. Jalen Suggs, doubtful to play against us, but that was on the 21st, and now it says out for ESPN, so that means most likely, because 21st was yesterday, so that means most likely he's out, for sure. Mo Wagner, out. He was playing in the G League apparently because of his knee injury. And then Franz Wagner had a high left ankle sprain. So he could miss 2 to 4 weeks, which would the 2 weeks would put him exactly today. But obviously that's just a very quick return. So he's still out. Estimated return date is the 26th. And then Colin Castleton is out too. I remember that guy was the two-way center for the Lakers like 2 years ago or something. I think I remember that guy. But yeah, so that's going to be the Magic. So most likely they're going to be out these 3 players. We'll see if Tristan Silva's out. And then, so for us, Seth is still not going to play with his thigh injury. And Al Horford is going to expect to miss another week of action, which is sucky. But hey, we're just going to have to work with it. It's annoying, but I mean, kind of makes sense, I guess. But again, this is taking much longer than we all expected. If he can come back on the Christmas game, that'll be actually dope. But I mean, even then, I don't know if he's going to get minutes on his first return game. Like, I think QP's been playing well enough, despite the last few games, that he's probably going to still take a good chunk of the minutes anyways. But yeah. So hopefully he comes back early. Seth is just injured, so he just hasn't been playing. It's kind of sucky that he hasn't gotten more minutes, mainly because of the first few games was like he should have maybe, but Steve really didn't play him, which still made sense. Like, it wasn't the weirdest thing ever, but I mean, he could have used some. But then again, now he's injured too, so he's even out for more. So yeah, kind of sucky, but it's fine. So Magic is a team that we faced against in early November. So it's been a while. That was a game where they did have Franz Wagner, but they didn't have Paulo, so it's kind of a swap there. Yeah, Desmond Bain was low-key kind of nice for them. I know this percentages don't say it, but he was, cooking. I remember this. And even Tristan De Silva, it was really good for them. So if he doesn't play, we might actually, like, that might be actually huge for us. Like, he's not a guy that's doing a whole ton because he had like 0 points there, 3 points, 0 points, and then 11 and 12. But at least against us, though, he was cooking. So if he's out, that's pretty big. We let Anthony Black also go crazy on us, which the thing is, like, yeah, we should have. I think we guarded him incorrectly. His 3-point percentage is under 30%. He only shot 3 threes. Like, we could have probably made him. He was able to get 8 of 10 for 2-pointers. So if we let him, shoot threes, which we probably didn't do in this game, then that probably would have helped it. But yeah, overall, let's look at. I don't exactly remember this game, but 18 turnovers, still a lot, honestly. You want to keep that around, like, yeah, what the Magic has, like 14, 13-ish. Like, last game we only won because of the fact that, like, yeah, we had turnovers, but the good chunk of the turnovers were in the early parts of the game. We were able to come back. Or like not come back with the turnovers, more so that we were able to stay in the game even with these turnovers somehow with like our decent defense. And then we limited our, like, because it was 20 turnovers for the game, I think, which is pretty bad, but or maybe even more. But we limited the second half turnovers to like maybe like 7, which is still not the best, but it's still 7 for the second half ish, or maybe it was 8. But that's like 14, for a game, which is like the number that I talked about. It was just the first half that had a lot, so, it helped that way. So again, limiting turnover is going to be important. And, I mean, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how it works with how, Franz Wagner didn't play against us. But, I mean, we got to get our revenge, man. We lost against them in the first game. So, let's see. They really are trash at 3-point shooting, but obviously you have to find the right people and let them shoot. Like, I don't think Paulo's shooting that well from 3. Yeah, 25%. I mean, just struggling shooting overall. So, like, you let Paulo shoot a 3, but you don't let Noah Penda, for example, or like Wendell Carter Jr., or like even though Desmond Bain 34% is a little low for his standards, you don't let him shoot. Franz Wagner even 36%. I mean, that's a pretty good 3-point shooting percentage, I think, because his previous years has been pretty, yeah, like 20. These 2 years have been pretty bad, and he's been up. That's like his career high in 3-point shooting percentage. So, but yeah, you gotta just you just gotta let people shoot threes that are the bad 3-point shooters, and then you got to make sure you find the right guy when you're guarding the 3-point line, because we just keep on like helping off the wrong people a lot of the time. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it though. I mean, who's gonna be our X factor? Hey, I said pause for the Suns game last time. It wasn't necessarily a bad guess. Like, he kind of struggled from the field in terms of like he was a volume shooter, but he had a lot of instances where he bailed us out in the late shot clock times. So yeah, he was fine, but I don't think I'm gonna bring him up for this game. I think I'll say Will, because obviously he was great in that Suns game, and we'll see how much minutes he gets, how much playing time he gets. I'm pretty sure he will gets a good chunk with this performance. And I just remember seeing like people like, oh my god, Steve Kerr, like you should never DMP, Will Richard again. And sure, it was a bit odd on how much DMPs he was getting, but I didn't necessarily disagree with the fact he was getting DMPs, and this coming from a guy that literally bought a Will Richard jersey after his first few breakout games. Like, I'm like one of his biggest fans. I just don't think he played that good during some of those previously before that stretch of like DMPs. Like, I don't think he was playing that good. He was not really shooting well. And his defense was still solid, but he still was getting blown by a lot more than he usually is. So, like, I think the DMPs were valid. Maybe the amount, like I said, is not necessarily the amount that he should have gotten. Like, maybe, I don't know how much DMPs he got. Let's see. I mean, he only had 3 DMPs. People made it seem like it was bad. He literally only got 3 DMPs in the previous few games. It's not like he had limited minutes. He's playing 20 minutes. Even I thought he got more DMPs than this, but this was not even that bad. I mean, maybe he could have played in like the I don't know, like at least like 1 or 2 of these games. I mean, he wasn't even shooting that bad actually. This is kind of bad memory too for me. But like, I guess this game and this game has kind of stuck out for me. I mean, these 2 games he wasn't actually that bad. So yeah, you know what? He probably should have played more though. But the thing is, again, the DMP was kind of overblown because he only got 3. That's not too much, honestly. But again, I think maybe he could have played like one more game here, like one of these 3. Could have helped us, but I think Steve's going to continue playing Will now, because he finally stopped playing Buddy for a full game now, so we'll see what happens there. But I think Steve Kerr is definitely like adapting and changing, so yeah, I'll trust him. And yeah, I think it'll be Will today too, though. What did he do in that Magic game, though? He was perfect for the line, or not the line, sorry, just shooting pretty much, so. Had 3 personal fouls though, so But I think he'll be pretty good. I mean, he'll probably get some Franz Wagner coverages sometimes, depending on the switches and whatnot. So we'll see how his defense is. I think we have a good chance of winning today. But again, I think it'll be pretty hard. But yeah, just all about the bench players and see what they can do. So yeah. And that's gonna be it though for today's video. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.